Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all the honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Ba'ath Dawadah, the elect house of David, that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost insincere salutations. Excuse me. Sunday afternoon camp. Due to the weather and being windy, I don't want my tripod to keep blowing all over, as well as my poster boards. So doing the camp here in-house, unfortunately. But nonetheless, Lord willing, let it be edifying to the body and to those that are new coming in, listening and learning with all sincerity. All right, this camp lesson is entitled, Make Not Provision for the Flesh. This is going to be the book of Romans, chapter 13. Romans 13 and 13. Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. So let us walk honestly. So we are to carry ourselves in a disciplined and blameless way. Also in a way that shows maturity, that we're not, causing a scene, acting a fool, not causing any strife or envying or wantonness and all of that. Doing things that's not going to stir up trouble, give you a bad reputation in other people's eyes. Just ultimately just staying out of trouble. Verse 14, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, and not make provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So to make not provision for the flesh, don't fulfill the lust of your flesh. And also, provision, goes into things, like supplying, like layman's terms, like the doomsday prepping stuff, okay? Because reason why I entitled this lesson to Make Not Provision for the Flesh is because, there's nothing wrong with preparing, doing a little bit of, prepping here and there to get extra stuff, just in case, whenever, SHTF pops off into full effect, to always have a carry, like, a pilgrim bag with you. But, don't put your faith and trust in these preps, because they're not going to save you. What's going to save you is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? And these doomsday preppers, they're in their lot where they're supposed to be, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all the prepping that they have done, food, other resources, it's all going to be for the elect anyway. The Lord's using them to fulfill their lot. This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Yahweh Shai, seek those things which are above, where Yahweh Shai sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahweh Shai in Yahweh. So, keep your mind focused on things that are to come, Excuse me. For ye are dead. We don't We don't mind the things of the flesh. We have been renewed by the Spirit. And our life is hid with Yahawashi and Yahweh, meaning that we are preserved. Okay? And Lord willing that we are of that, Lord willing that we are of that remnant. So, verse 4, when Yahawashi, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Verse 5, mortify therefore your members, which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. Okay? Idolatry, going into things like, philosophy, abominable acts, heathenistic customs, courtesies, philosophies, all that. And even idolizing yourself or another man or person. Excuse me. So, verse 7. And it says, in the which ye also walked sometime, when ye lived in them. That time when we were back in the world before we came into the truth. Verse 8, but now you also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Verse 9, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. Verse 10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. So, once again, going back to, like I said, verse 7, in the which ye also walked sometime, when ye lived in them. Verse 8, but now you also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. In verse 9, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. Now going back to verse 3, for ye are dead, that old man, and your life is hid with Yahawashi and Yahweh. So who you truly are, your life is preserved with Yahawashi and Yahweh. Okay? He has preserved us with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? Excuse me. And he's the one that sustains us. This is going to be Romans chapter 12, verse 16. It says, be of the same mind one towards another. Being on one accord. Being in agreement, being on the same page. Having no arguments, disputes, any of the such. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own eyes. So, do not let pride get in the way. Always remember to be humble. Because the scriptures say, once again, pride goeth before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Okay? Condescend to men of low estate, meaning to humble yourself. Okay? Do not mind high things. Don't become prideful. Okay? This is going to be Psalms 20. Psalms 20 and 7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our power. After all, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it and are safe. So, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai he's our ultimate weapon. He's the one that's going to guide us. He's the one that's going to keep us from harm, from evil. when Jacob's trouble pops off, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is all that we got. Faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, fear, faith, and trust in Him is all that we got. Sure, we could use some of the things that we have and, to our advantage, but at the end of the day, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to be the one to preserve you if you are of His elect. Okay, verse Psalms 20:7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of our Lord, our power. Remember the name of the Lord, our power. Okay. This is going to be Hebrews. Select, yeah, give me a second here. It's going to be Hebrews chapter 10. Hebrews 10:38. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So the just live by faith. So we are to live by faith because it's going to be all that we have. Of course, with this knowledge and this wisdom, as Isaiah 33:6, thy wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And that's true. Yahweh Shai has given us exactly what we needed to be able to maneuver with wisdom in this society. So we'll read this again. Hebrews 10:38. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So the Lord will have no pleasure in you. He won't be pleased with you if you decide to give up on Him. Turn your back on Him. Verse 39, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. And Lord willing, we continue to believe no matter how hard, how vexing, or how scary, or how hopeless things may seem. You have to continue to believe. Pray, fast. Okay? It's going to be the same book. It's going to be Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. And it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? We don't put our faith in things that are seen, but the things that are not seen. I think that's 1 Corinthians, I believe. Can't see. I know it's in 1 Corinthians, but I'll get back to that, but Slack here. But going from there, it's going to be Proverbs. This is going to be Proverbs chapter 11. Proverbs 11 and 4. Proverbs 11 and 4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Okay, so riches profit not in the day of wrath. Money, possessions, value, it means nothing. It's not going to save you. It's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. Okay? The only thing that's going to help you is, by first and foremost, fearing Yahweh B'Shem Shai and keeping his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and doing as he told you, doing as he commanded you to do, which is to fast, study, pray, and preach his word. Okay, bid as many as you can to the marriage. And it says, but the righteous delivereth from death. Okay, righteousness by the law, statutes, and commandments coming out of this book. Ultimately being of the elect. Okay, that's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate deciding factor. And here it says in verse 5, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. Okay? So the wicked will fall by his own wickedness, his own transgressions, his own iniquities. Doing things that are abominable in the eyes of the Lord is what's going to be the ultimate factor that gets them knocked off. Okay? That's why, especially in these days, the year 2024 just started, and you already see a lot more crazy things happening. And it's just only been a week into it, and things are already happening now. That just goes to show you just what year, that just goes to show you what time we're entering into right now. All right. It's going to be the same book, Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. And I know I say this script a lot, but it's something that needs to be continuously said. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Okay? Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding, because your own understanding, what understanding do you have? Okay? Your way is no way, but his way is the way. And in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Acknowledge Yahweh B'Shem Shai in everything that you do. Because remember, he's the one that ultimately decides whether you keep going or he decides to take you out of the game. Okay? Hath not the potter hath power over the clay? Let's see. Verse 7. Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord and depart from evil. Pretty much self-explanatory. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Don't be prideful. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Okay? Fear Yahweh B'Shem Shai and let the things of this life go. We're beyond the point of letting this world go. We're past that point now. To hell with this place. It don't mean shit to us. Never did. It's not. This ain't living. This is hell. Okay, I'm going to get the book of Titus. The book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, for a bishop must be blameless as the steward of the Most High, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, nor striker, nor given to filthy lucre. So, must be blameless as someone who works for the Most High, not self-willed, not doing things on your own terms, or doing things out of order, I should say. Not soon angry, not becoming emotional, not given to wine, which is philosophy, no striker, not given to filthy lucre, so not getting yourself involved with, worldly conflicts, filthy lucre, not doing this for money or gain or ill-gotten gain. Okay? That's not what this is about. Next is going to be 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 10. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Okay? So those who walk after the flesh, they're rebellious. And they speak evil. They speak evil of those that are, speak evil of those that are in a high position. Okay, they have no respect for those that are in power, or have a high status or high position. Okay. Next is going to be 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel. First Samuel chapter 2. So 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 9. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. Okay? So he keep the feet of his saints. Okay? He's not going to let you, which means he's going to preserve you. He's going to sustain you. He's going to keep you about. Okay? He's not going to let you fall. And the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength no man prevail. Okay? As the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, wisdom is greater than strength. Okay? And right here, the wicked shall be silent in darkness. Yeah, when this place falls apart and there's nothing but destruction, desolation, yeah, the wicked, the people that have been, running rampant with pride and mirth and all that, yeah, they're going to be silent in that day. They're going to have nothing to celebrate about, nothing to be prideful about. They're going to know what it's like to be in a very, very poor case. Verse 10. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. Okay? So he's going to grant his elect that power, and Yahushai, Yahushai is going to rule. And he's going to give his elect that power, and Lord willing that we're a part of the elect, that we have, that we're being in that position of partakers with the Lord and, rulership and dominion. Because that's what we're all, that's pretty much what our eyes is on. The eyes on the prize, which is the crown. Okay, a crown of life. Be faithful unto death, and he shall give you a crown of life. You know, that's what we're fighting for. This is going to be First Maccabees. First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 61. And it says, "And thus consider ye throughout all ages, that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome." Verse 62. "Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms." Verse 63. "Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall be not found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing." Verse 64. Wherefore you, my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall you obtain glory." So, roughly paraphrasing, the joy of hypocrite is only but for a moment. In other words, the wicked, sure, they may be in power for now, but it's only for a season. And, a day till, this is really nothing to the Lord, because time is irrelevant to him. So, to us, the wicked have been in power for the last, 400 something years, from the 1600s till now. So, yeah, that may seem a lot to us, but to the Lord, it's nothing. So, but eventually, if we keep our faith, keep our trust in him, we shall not be overcome. So there's going to be times where, your faith is really going to be tested and tried to see if it's genuine or if it's just all hearsay, all talk. Because the Lord is going to put you in certain situations that you're going to feel extremely uncomfortable with. And you're just going to have faith that the Lord's going to put the Spirit on you to make the right decision, say the right thing, or do what is necessary. And that may cause other people to see you as a monster or see you as the bad guy. Because, we can't be emotional. We can't feel sorry for the people of this world. We can't. Because that's one of the tests is, are you... You can't grow a soft spot for any of these people because, they're destined for judgment. And Lord willing that we're not numbered amongst the 2/3. Okay? It's going to be Psalms 33. Psalms 33 and 16. It says, "There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength." Okay? Verse 17, "And horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength." Verse 18, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him. Upon them the hope is in his mercy." So, once again, the things of this world are not going to help you. Sure, they may. They may, in a moment, they may help you get away from something or somebody, but it's ultimately not going to be an end-all, be-all. You may, let's say, if, like I said, we don't put our trust in Esau's blessing, but you find yourself a weapon, that weapon may be there to pick up for you to use against someone who could later be a threat to you. You never know. But, we don't put our faith in, excuse me, we don't put our faith in the things of this society. So, all right, verse 19. To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Okay, that's the Lord. Because the Lord's going to direct your path to find, whether it be an abandoned house or warehouse or shelter somewhere where there's food, water, or something for you to eat. Or he may have an angel bring you the good stuff from heaven, from the spiritual realm, that manna. You never know, man. That's why your faith has to be in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, at all times. 20, verse 20. Our soul waiteth for the Lord, he is our help and our shield. 21, for our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. 22, let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. So hope and pray for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's mercy, that in that day that, he's going to have that hedge of protection over you. Okay? Yes, even the excuse me. Even the elect are going to go through some things, but at the end of it all, the Lord's going to see to it that his elect make it. Okay? Whatever the elect go through, they're going to make it regardless. Why? Because they were ordained to make it. Okay? John, this is going to be the book of John, chapter 17, verse 6. Verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Okay. For those Israelite camps, and we know who they are, that say that we don't have the name yet, they're bugged out. We have the name, and we believe the name, and we believe in the names by faith. Now read it again. John 17:6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. So we have the names, the true, proper Hebrew names to call upon. Okay? And the elect are the ones that have kept the word. Thine were they, and thou gavest them me. So Yahweh Shai is coming to get his elect. The ones that have believed, the elect, the 144,000, 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes, and the sincere believers, the multitude of men, women, and children. Okay. Next is going to be 2nd Esdras. Then we chapter 9. Excuse me. 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 31. I'm going to start at let's start at verse 30. And thou spakest, saying, Hear me, O Israel, and mark my words, thou seed of Jacob. Verse 31, For behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever. Okay? He sowed his law in us, okay? You know, by doing this law, by doing the studying that we do, and, you know, the fasting, the praying, and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, that's the way of, you know, that's the way of the Lord writing his law, statutes, and commandments into our inward parts, building us up to become that better man. Okay? Doing the, you know, studying to show thyself approved, 2 Timothy 2:15. This is how we come back, you know, to having this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding written in our inward parts, into our mind, so that, you know, we get to be that much closer, Lord willing. Next is going to be Romans chapter 8. Romans 8 and 24. And it says, For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? Verse 25, But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Okay? There's no saying, you know, good things come to those who wait. And that's very true. So, with patience we wait for it. You know, we like I said, what is seen is nothing compared to what is not seen, because what is not seen is much greater. Okay, you have to be spiritually minded in this to see the bigger picture. You have to be a seer, a visionary, so to speak. Okay. Now this is going to be Proverbs again. Proverbs 8, verse 34. It says, Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. Excuse me. Verse 35. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. Okay. Another old saying is self-discipline and self-control is what dictates the quality of your life. Discipline is super important. It really is. You know, and it's something that we all have to work on. Because, you know, there are times when we get a little weak, when, you know, we fight and fight and fight, but, you know, sometimes we give in to the flesh, and like I said, we're in a constant battle with these feeble meat suits. Okay, our spirit is in a constant battle with these physical meat suits that you know, it's a constant everyday struggle to master the flesh. Okay, next is going to be Sirach 2 and 10. And it says, Sirach 2 and 10, it says, Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Okay. look at the generations of old. In fact, we're going to go there right now to Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6, and it says, "But without faith it is impossible to please him." To please who? The Heavenly Father. "For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." Okay, so remember that without faith it is impossible to please him. It's impossible. Verse 7, "By faith Noah, being warned of the power of Yahweh, of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith." So when Yahweh told him that he was going to destroy these people, that was more than enough to put the fear in Noah, to get his act together and build that ark, because he said that him, his wife, and his sons and their wives were going to be the only ones left. That's scary, terrifying. So Noah pretty much said, to hell with everybody else, to hell with the world, me, my family, and my, and my daughters-in-law, Now, verse 8. "By faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out, not knowing whither he went." When he left his father's house, his father's name was Terah. So when he left Terah, that was the Lord giving him that commandment to him, time to leave home and go where I need you to be. Verse 9, "By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise, his descendants." Verse 10, "For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High." Verse 11, "Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised." 12, "Then sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead." And the one as good as dead, talking about Esau. "So many as the stars and the sky in multitude, and as the sand as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable." Not talking about Jacob. So one as good as dead, Esau, and one that is innumerable as the sands of the sea and as the stars of the sky, talking about Jacob. Because Israel is a world without end. Okay, this is going to be, next is going to be James. James chapter 4. James chapter 4, verse 1. And it says, "From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members?" Verse 2, "Ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Verse 3, ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lusts. Okay? You know, a lot of people, when they ask for something in prayer, the reason why they receive it now is because their intentions of what they ask for is not pure. Okay? You ask of things for carnal pleasures, not for, spiritual development and growth. You ask for things to please your flesh, and that's not what the Lord is about. The Lord, He's about the spirit, not about the flesh. Okay? And a lot of you, all these things that, people are all about pleasing the flesh. That's what these people are all about. It's all about that feeling good, being full, or whatever. They don't realize that the spirit is what matters most. Okay, this flesh is only temporary. The spirit is forever. But in their eyes, that's not how they see it. They're all about that YOLO spirit, that you only live once. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. Okay? With prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving. Being sincere and thankful. Okay? Because the Lord knows your mind. He knows your intentions. Okay? He knows. You can't hide nothing from Him. Verse 7, and the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Yahawashi HaMashiach. Okay? So, by being humble and fearing Him and being sincere, He will keep you. He will keep you in His stead, and He won't let you fall. Okay? He's not going to let you bug out. Okay, because we're in that time right now where, let me get the script. This is going to be First Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. And it says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the power? So, if we're the first ones to get this ass whooping, what do you think is going to happen to all these other people that are not of Israel, that know not the gospel and obey not the gospel? So, like I said before, Zechariah 13 and 8. In fact, let's get it real quick. Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So 2/3, 66%, so that's the majority of Israel being destroyed. While only a small handful is going to be left alive. And it says here, verse 9, I will bring the third part through the fire, through that adversity, and will refine them as silver is refined, through affliction, because we can't be perfected without affliction. And will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people. And and they shall say, the Lord is my power. Okay? So, the elect are going to be tried. They're going to go through it. Everybody's going to go through it, but the elect are the ones that are going to succeed. However it turns out, they will succeed. However it ends, they will succeed. All right, this is going to be the book of First Chronicles. The book of First Chronicles. First Chronicles chapter 29, starting at verse 10, and it says, Wherefore David blessed the Lord before all the congregation, and David said, Blessed be thou, Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Israel, our Father, forever and ever. Verse 11, Thine, O Lord, is the greatness, and the power, and the glory, and the victory, and the majesty, for all that is in the heaven and in the earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom, O Lord, and thou art exalted as head above all. Verse 12, Both riches and honor come of thee, and thou reignest over all, and in thine hand is power and might, and in thine hand it is to make great and to give strength unto all. Verse 13, Now therefore our power, we thank thee and praise thy glorious name. But whom but who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to offer so willingly after this sort? For all things come of thee, and of thine own have we given thee. 15, For we are strangers before thee, and sojourners, and were all our fathers. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is none abiding. 16, O Lord, our power, all this store that we have prepared to build thee an house for thine holy name cometh of thine hand, and is all thine own. I know also, my power, that thou triest the heart, and hast pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of mine heart, I have willingly offered all these things. And now have I seen with joy thy people which are present here, to offer willingly unto thee, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel our fathers. Keep this forever in the imagination of the thoughts of the heart of thy people, and prepare their heart unto thee. And give unto Solomon my son a perfect heart to keep my commandments, thy testimonies. Keep thy commandments, thy testimonies, and thy statutes, and to do all these things, and to build the palace for the which I have made provision. 20. And David said to all the congregation, Now bless the Lord your power. And all the congregation blessed the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, of their fathers, and bowed down their heads and worshiped the Lord and the king. Okay, so give all praise, honor, and glory, all the recognition, all the acknowledgement. It all goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Why? Because he created everything and he owns everything. By his hand, by his will, everything consists. Okay? It is by his hand that we're able to do great things. Okay? It's by him. Okay, it's not of our own, it's not of anyone else but him. And he's the one that tries the hearts. Okay? He tests people's spirits to see where their mind is at. Okay? Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is in control of everything. That's why, the whole doomsday prepping and this and that, it's pointless, because at the end of the day, like I said, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is the one in control of his story. No one else. That's why it all comes down to faith and trusting in him and ultimately fearing him. Okay, this is going to be a close out here with this is going to be 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 15. See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. 16, rejoice evermore. 17, pray without ceasing. 18, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Yahushua concerning you. Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesyings, prove all things, hold fast that which is good, abstain from all appearances of evil, from all appearance of evil. Okay, so verse 23, and the very power of peace sanctify you wholly, and I pray the Most High, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Lord Yahushua. Okay, so abstain from all evil, keep yourself blameless unto the coming of Yahushua. I mean, we all still got to answer for what we did, but to the best of your ability, keep yourself in the right spirit at all times, because we're in that time where the Lord is turning things up. Anything can happen, so you really cannot make any more mistakes, or you can't really mess things up anymore. This is the time where you really gotta not just practice what you preach, but put what you practice into play now, because it's that time. All right. Once again, the title of this lesson was Make Not Provision for the Flesh. Why? Like I said, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is in control of everything. He's the one that's going to feed you in the time of famine. He's the one that's going to keep you safe from pestilence, from the sword, from a wild beast, or whatever the case. He's the one that's going to keep you hidden from the famine or any other type of trouble. He's the one that's going to save you out of affliction, not you, not anybody else. If it does come from somebody else, it's going to be because of the Lord. He put them there for a reason. So, with that, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Baitha Dawadah, the elect house of David, that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala, Wa Baba Shalom, Barakatam.